You're on.
Hi, my name is Luis Galdames, and I'm with La Familia Hispana, and I'm here with my friend representing.
Well, I'm Randy Thomason, and I'm president of SaveCalifornia.com, the campaign for children and families, a pro-family organization in California. So visit us at Save California because we are standing up for you.
As you can see, we're holding a sign that says SB 128, a recipe for elderly abuse. Please vote no. This bill has been changed now to AB 15, which literally has the same name, and that is assisted suicide. We are standing here in front of Perea's office because we're going to go inside after our protest, after our news conference, and we're going to make sure that they understand that we are not going to allow any more politicians to be dictating policies that are affecting our lives.
When you look at the question, should California become a suicide state? Yes or no? It's a simple choice, and it's a fairly simple issue. When you look at the issue of suicide, you either prevent suicide or you promote suicide. Right now, law enforcement is taught to prevent suicide. There's even a state fund where taxpayer dollars are used to prevent suicide. Even liberal San Francisco, on the Golden Gate Bridge, they have a sign preventing people from jumping over the bridge. So we have prevented suicide, and now California is entertaining the notion of changing 180 degrees to promote suicide. This is a terrible message to send to children, where suicide has been promoted in other states under the label of physician-assisted suicide or assisted suicide. You've seen conventional suicides increase. In other words, the general public is starting to commit suicide more and more because they've seen that suicide is now called a good thing instead of a bad thing. It was unacceptable, and now it's become more acceptable.
And both Republicans and Democrats agree that elderly abuse is not right. And this AB 15 will be another form of elderly abuse because literally people will be able to be killed with no liability, no supervision, no prosecution, and definitely no oversight. Literally, if your grandparents have diabetes, it will be called a terminal illness. They will be able to go to the doctors, get a pill, take it home, and kill themselves.
That's if they're insulin dependent. You see, when under the bill, the doctor says you're terminal and you're instantly depressed, but that's without any regard, without any recognition of treatment that can help you, that can increase your life, extend your years, even cure you. No. See, that's not even allowed to be considered. So, as Luis was saying, an insulin-dependent type 1 diabetes person could be called terminal. An 18-year-old eligible for assisted suicide.
And should he chooses to say, you know what, I don't want to kill myself, I changed my mind. So if he was my father, and he takes that back home because if he's doing insulin, because he has depression, because he doesn't want to deal with diabetes anymore, and he wanted to kill himself, and the doctor said, here's the prescription, here's the pill, take it home and kill yourself, and then he gets home and he decides, you know what, life is too precious, I don't want to kill myself. But then me, the son, decides to say, you know what, if he dies, I get life insurance, I get his car, I get his house, I can say, hey Dad, let's have some lunch, and you have lived a long life, you're ready to go, and I can literally pull that pill and his food and his drink. He wouldn't even know what happened. He takes the pill, he dies, and once again, it will not be called suicide, it will not be called murder. Why? Because this bill, this evil bill, allows literally for euthanasia, murder to happen. And in the end, when they find his dead body and the doctors have to give a reason why he died, they're going to say he died of diabetes because they cannot accuse me of murder.
See, the legal analysis of this bill, the assisted suicide bill, concludes that the bill does not pass the so-called stink test. In other words, there's stuff here that would make any cop and any honest attorney really be concerned. As Luis mentioned, there's no prosecution for any misdeeds. If somebody murders someone other than themselves using the assisted suicide method, that cannot even be prosecuted. There's no liability for the doctor. The doctor is made into something different under this bill. The assisted suicide bill transforms doctors into killers because they've prescribed a lethal drug, and it transforms doctors into liars because the bill requires doctors to fraudulently do a death certificate. They can't put down the suicide. They can only put down some other disease.
And not just the doctors, the HMOs and all the different plans will find it easier to kill you like an animal, take you to the vet, and literally decide for yourself, you know what, $1,500, $2,000 to save the dog. Too much money. Just put the shot, $50. The dog is dead. The same thing is going to happen to the elderly. The same thing is going to happen to anybody who has a disease that needs extra treatment. They're just going to say, you know what, they're cheap or dead. So what are they going to do? Literally advise you and tell you this is what's best for you. Many times, I don't know about you guys, I have gone to the doctors, and when they give you that prescription, a lot of times we don't even question it. We go to the pharmacy, we get it, we take it, and that's it. Later on, when you start reading about the side effects that could be there, I'd rather have a headache than to start having all the side effects that they have. But we don't question because we suffer for the lack of knowledge. We are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. But now, guess what? SaveCalifornia.com has all the information. You can literally go and download this document that has all the information. An attorney was hired to be able to do this, literally, this Reader's Digest that you can just read it, digest it, and know the truth. AB 15 is murder by a different name. They call it assisted suicide. En inglés y en español es la misma cosa. So if you speak Spanish or English, understand. No al suicidio asistido. No to assisted suicide. And this is what we stand. My name is Luis. I'm La Familia Hispana. I'm the executive director, and I'm also the speaker for La Familia Hispana. And I'm telling you, it's time for us to get up, rise up, speak up, and defend our family.
And when you know the truth, you need to act on the truth. And you need to oppose assisted suicide today. So please take your phone and call Henry Perea of Fresno. He's a deciding vote. This is going to be a vote very soon in California.
Call Adam Gray. Call Cooley. Call...
Well, there's Rudy Salas of Hanford. All the information is on the link that is provided that goes to SaveCalifornia.com. It has all the phone numbers. Just do your part. Speak out now, or we're going to be a suicide state, and it'll be because you didn't speak out.
We have a list at SaveCalifornia.com that literally there's about 20 names that are probably going to be the deciding factor on this vote. So if you guys can call any of those people and just simply say no on assisted suicide, no on AB 15, aka SB 128, whatever they want to call it, is the same lie. Murder is murder. Assisted suicide is murder. Euthanasia is murder. And we do not have the right to take life when it begins. We don't have the right to take life when it ends. And we definitely don't have the right to take anybody's life. So if you're listening today, remember one thing. Don't wait till it's too late and one of your relatives, your grandma, your grandpa, is dead because of this lethal pill that they want to give us. Don't wait till one of your children accidentally takes this pill and then you say, I should have said something. For such a time as this, if you're watching this, this is the time for you to stand up, speak up, and do something. Remember, we are California, and this is our California, and we need to take it back. Not the legislators, not the police, not the judges, none. No one has the right to take our lives. The life that we have received is a gift. Fight for it. Thank you very much.